Hello, my name is Chris Palmer, and in today's Google My Business SEO tips video, I'd like to share with you some high impact examples and tips that will certainly help your business. So a question that consistently comes up is about EXIF data. So I want to give you the answer. Should you use it? Should you not? What about images? What should I be doing, Chris? I want to give you a 3-part system to always think about, and that'll guide us through the information I'm going to give you today. Now, everything revolves around these 3 things when talking about an SEO strategy. 1, time. 2, budget. 3, the impact that it's going to have on your business. So when we're talking about EXIF data, we know that Google is actually removing the EXIF data. Are they reading it or are they not? So we need to think about time, budget, and impact. We know that they're letting us upload it, but it's removed from the actual images. So the time and budget to add it to all the images just doesn't make sense for impact. However, the first 2 images, your brand image or logo, and also the very first image, I would recommend adding it just in case they are going to read it. But adding more is actually going to be a diminishing return. Adding it to all your images takes too much time and budget and will have low impact. So do not waste your time. Now, when we're talking about high impact, let's talk about some tips that will certainly help you as far as the impact. So what we know is Google is reading the images, and they do this with a very advanced technology. If you take a look here at this quick example for plumber, when I look up the word plumber, what is showing here? Wrenches and plumbers and guys fixing stuff like a plumber. So if you want a more high impact thing that you can do that's low budget, simply add images that relate to your brand, business, or service. Let me go ahead and give you a quick look at exactly what this looks like. This is part of their demo, and I've showcased this before, but if you take a look, they do faces, objects, labels, logos, text, properties, and safe search. Safe search is if it's bad, the properties, the text that's within it. So if you want a high impact, because we know they are looking at every single image, they bought a company that does this. So inside of your images, if you're a plumber, we'll say, you should be having pictures of plumbers. You should also put the words plumber and your location on the image. Why? Because Google can read it. This is going to be budget friendly and impact friendly, and it does not take a lot of time. You're going to upload the images anyway. It doesn't take long to put text on it or get an initial image of something that actually has to do with your brand, business, or service. So the next thing is this. If you have a lot of images, it's very safe to say, store them in your accounts. And the reason being is Google is actually putting this inside of the source code. They are reading it. They are looking at it. And how we know this is if I pull up my business and I right click and I go to view source code and I take a look at what's in the source code. If I do a Control F and I go in here and I paste this in, I already went ahead and did it. They're utilizing something within the source, it's built in, that's called the docs.google.picker. And what this is actually doing, and it's built into the code, is they are searching and looking at everything that you save and utilize. So whether you have a client or whether you have your own account, it's probably going to be segmented for your Google My Business, right? So within there, you could be putting in more directions, your My Maps. You could be putting in your photos and photos with EXIF data, talking about it. Put your stuff and store your stuff into here. That way Google is reading it before you even put it out. All right. So if we take a look at this really quick, this is the drive.google.com picker. This is everything that's in there. All right. They are reading it. It's built into the source code. Now, aside from that, all right, the number one thing, just to wrap up, is EXIF data. Should you be putting it into your images and spending the time? Should you be spending the budget, and does it have impact? The answer is no. The first 2 images, add your EXIF data. What you can do for time, budget, and impact instead is put words on the images and also use images that are directly related to your brand, business, or service. This will have the best impact on your business. And as far as images, if you have any questions about EXIF, they're extracting it. Do exactly what I said instead, and you'll definitely see a lot better results. My name is Chris Palmer. If you have any further questions about local SEO, if you have any questions about Google My Business, or if there's any way that I can help you and your business succeed, always feel free to go ahead and ask in the comments below. And I most certainly look forward to seeing you in the next Google My Business SEO tips video. I'd like you to have a blessed day. I'll see you in the next one.